evening to one and all. Here at the magnificent, beautiful St. John Parish Church, once again, which is to the east of the island, situated on a cliff overlooking the picturesque east coast of Barbados. First of all, this is the vicarage where the priests used to live. The last priest that resided here was Canon Jeffrey Mears, who retired in 2021. This is St. John Parish Church. More Gothic and less Georgian. John Parish Church. The church is closed now. It says St. John Parish Church, first erected in 1645, destroyed by fire and rebuilt in 1676, destroyed by hurricane, and rededicated in 1836. So now that I am here, I will start from looking down. Start from here, the northeastern section, overlooking the east coast. From here you can see down the church view, St. John, which is just beneath the church view and Clifton Hall. And you can see down to the whole east coast. I will start with this one first, St. Margaret's Anglican Church, which was built in 1863. St. Margaret is the sister parish to St. John Parish Church. St. Margaret is the chapel, the sister church to St. John, which is situated at Newcastle, St. John, or better referred to as St. Margaret's Village or Glenburnie. People refer to it as three locations: Glenburnie, Newcastle, or St. Margaret's Village, and St. John. St. Margaret's Church, and you can see Martin's Bay in St. John, which is just behind St. Margaret's Church on the east coast. And all down here is church view in St. John. And you can see all of the Bathsheba and Tent Bay in St. Joseph and Catawash, all on the east coast. And you can see it at St. Andrew. Bathsheba, Tent Bay, and Catawash is in St. Joseph on the east coast, and all of the St. Elizabeth village. You can see all across the Barclays Park Beach in St. Andrew, also on the east coast, and Chalky Mount on the east coast as well. So this is a cliff now that I am on. St. John Parish Church is situated on a cliff, Hackerton's Cliff. So St. John is another rural parish. St. John Parish Church is in the countryside, here in rural Barbados. But it is a beautiful church. St. John Parish Church is almost the size of the cathedral. St. John is almost the size of St. Michael's Cathedral. So now to start back my walk throughout St. John Parish Church. This church is in similarity to the cathedral. Some people are actually buried in the church walls in loving memory of Mary Devonish, wife of Wilkinson Hart, born the 6th of September 1839 and died the 12th of September 1915. On the grave on the tomb of Bishop Alfred Hothersall. There is a Hothersall in St. John, which is out where the Martinsville bus passes, and there's a Hothersall turning in St. Michael, which is the Martinsville bus also travels along that road. Bishop Alfred Hothersall, born the 5th of September 1822 and died the 1st of August 1879. The last 16 years of his life, rector of this parish. Death is swallowed upon in victory. Death is swallowed up in victory. So this is all the churchyard here, St. John Parish Church. The grave of Clyde Greenwich. That's Greenwich. So again, in this churchyard you will come across the graves of many Barbadians. This is a historic cemetery. Each tomb is supposed to be telling a story. So again, St. John is to the east of the island. It is the parish in which most of the white Barbadian population originated, such as Professor Henry Fraser. First of all, let me go into details. My last video was a rainy one, and I had to close off that one, so I would go on with this. I would go on with this information. St. John is the parish in which most of the white Barbadian population originated from. Most of them, their ancestors came from Scotland and Ireland as indentured servants. They were brought to Barbados in the 19th century, and they were placed in two areas that I researched, and they were placed in two areas. Most noted is Martins Bay at Zora's Land and Hackerton's Cliff, both in St. John. That is why most of the white Barbadian population originated from St. John. Some may refer to them as Red Legs and some as Echebekis. St. John, the most noted white Barbadians from St. John are Professor Henry Fraser, who was a heart surgeon and a lecturer at the University of the West Indies, who has strong connections with this church. His mother and father are laid to rest in this churchyard. Or, if not in this churchyard, the other churchyard over the other side, which is 400 meters away from the church. That is where they bury the people now. They don't bury people in here unless it is a by grave or a family grave. And also Sir Charles Othniel Williams, who many refer to as Cow Williams because of his initials, C-O-W. He is also a white Barbadian from St. John. He and his brother Ralph Busy Williams are white Barbadians from St. John, as well as Sir Kiffin Simpson, the guy who owns Simpson Motors, which is the agent for Suzuki vehicles in Barbados. Simpson Motors also specializes in Isuzu, Mercedes, Chevrolet, and Mitsubishi vehicles, and now Subaru. Sir Kiffin Simpson also owns the Sol gas stations in Barbados and in the Caribbean. All that said to say that he is also a white Barbadian from St. John. as well as Professor, I met the professor already. So Charles Arthur Williams, also known as Col William because of his initials COW. He and his brother Ralph Busy Williams are well-known entrepreneurs in Barbados. They are white Barbadians from St. John. I believe Sir Charles Anthony Williams is also laid to rest in this cemetery, or he's probably laid to rest on the other cemetery on the other side of the road. So from here you can see the east coast, southeasterly that is, with Bath Beach. This is Bath Beach here, and across from Bath is, you can see the rain falling on that side too across Bath, or the rain is falling in the water, in the sea. You can see the old cable and wireless satellite station, Earth satellite station, which is at Bath in St. John. You can see across the Concept Bay, which is another fishing village in St. John as well. And you can see into St. Philip as well, which is also on the east coast. Southeastern, that is, with the Wagon Point Lighthouse, known as the East Point Lighthouse. Skeets Bay, and that set of St. Philip and Fortescue. You can see into Pot House village, the village beneath the screen, Pot House, St. John. So Pot House is the village just beneath the church. This is the grave of our 6th Prime Minister, David John Howard Thompson, Queen's Counsel and Member of Parliament, born the 25th of December 1961. This is Christmas Day, and the 23rd of October 2010, which is on my birthday. He was the 6th Prime Minister, and he served briefly as Prime Minister from 2008 to 2010. He succeeded Owen Arthur as Prime Minister. David Thompson was originally born in England to Barbadian parents, white mother and black father. That is why he is mulatto, mixed race, both Barbadian. And he went to school at St. Gabriel's Primary, and then he received his secondary education at the Combermere School. And David Thompson is also, he was the parliamentary representative for St. John for 23 years. He succeeded Errol Barrow as Prime Minister, as parliamentary representative for St. John from his death, Errol Barrow's death in 1987, until David Thompson died in 2010. David Thompson was the leader of the Democratic Labour Party. Looking down to the east coast and back to Pot House village. And down to Bath Beach. You must hear the sea roaring from here, now that it's quiet. And you can see, as I said before, Concept Bay, which is a fishing village, also in St. John on the east coast, and into St. Philip with the East Point Lighthouse and Skeets Bay. The binoculars here, the telescope for distant viewing. And the sundial here, it tells the time. The grave of the Haynes family, which originally came from Worcester, England, who moved to Barbados in the 1800s, which would be the 19th century. And they moved to, they lived in St. John, and they had plantations in St. John. And they were the ones who were responsible for building some of the churches in this parish. St. John Parish Church is included, as well as St. Margaret's and Mount Tabor Moravian Church. This is the Taylor tomb here. the Carter tomb, and the Sealy grave. The grave of Robert Haynes, who died the 6th of September 1953. Helen Agnes Haynes, wife of Charles W. Haynes, born 1889 and died in 1986. And the grave of Charles Reynard Haynes, son of Edmund Haynes and Susan Haynes, died the 26th of February 1942. The grave of Emily Lyall Haynes, born in the Guinea, Barbados, Guinea and St. John, on the 30th of February 1861 and died at Bissett's Hill in St. Joseph, Barbados on the 7th of February 1965. The grave of Mary Elizabeth Haynes, born Simberley Lodge, Yorkshire, England, May 4th, 1863. And died at Bissett's Hill, this is in St. Joseph, Barbados, on the 10th of November 1948. William Lyall Haynes of Clifton Hall Plantation in St. John, born 1903 and died in 1976, and his wife Aileen Dorothy Alice Manning, born 1909 and died in 1983. As I said before, this Haynes family originated from Worcester, England, and then they moved to Barbados, and they bought own plantations. This is the Haynes tomb as well. Mary Howard Haynes of Newcastle Plantation in St. John, who died the 22nd of July 1957 at the age of 97. And the Honorable Richard Haynes of Easy Hall Plantation, eldest son of the Honorable J.A. Haynes of Newcastle Plantation, died the 8th of May 1937 at the age of 81 years. Here lieth the body of Ferdinando Palaeologus, descended from the emperor line of the last Christian emperors of Greece, churchwarden of this parish from 1655 to 1656, vestryman 20 years, died the 3rd of October 1678. You see the East Coast again, Martins Bay, Bathsheba, and that's the East Coast. And this is the grave of Samuel Lewis Mears, born 1834 and died in 1922. Again, I'm related to the Mears family. My mother is a Mears. My grandfather is a Mears. My grandmother married to a Mears. So one of my aunts and 2 uncles are Mearses, along with my mother. My grandmother was originally a Levine from St. Thomas, Carrington's Village, St. Thomas. My grandmother and first 2 aunts are Levines from St. Thomas. They were born before my grandmother was married, so they are automatically Levines from Carrington's Village, St. Thomas. But the other 4 children are Mearses from St. Joseph, Branchbury. So the Mears family, most of them are from St. John or St. Joseph, and they're all related to me. Samuel Lewis Mears, born 1834 and died in 1922. By grace are you saved through faith and not of yourselves. It is the gift of God. Ephesians 11 verse 6. Erected by his children. You see the Martins Bay bus going down to Church View. Aspect tomb here. The map showing you how to get around the cemetery, the list of tombs. And the grave of Ivory Branch Bradshaw, named McConney, who died the 30th of August 1974 at the age of 91, and her daughter, Iris Branch Bannocky, Silver Crown of Merit, who died the 2nd of September 1988 at the age of 73 years. Iris Branch Bannocky was the founder of Andromeda Botanical Gardens, which is at Bathsheba in St. Joseph, just above Bathsheba, on the East Coast as well. Iris Branch Bannocky was a horticulturist and a plant specialist. And when she died, she founded Andromeda Gardens in the 1950s. When she died, the gardens is entrusted to the Barbados National Trust, which it still is today. This is the colored tomb section, where the colored people are buried. The Skinner and Chase family. And the grave of Ethan Gollett, who was the grandfather of Sir Fred Gollett, a politician, and Ralph Thorne, who was also a politician. Ralph Thorne is the current leader of the government. Leader of the opposition, sorry. My apologies. Ralph Thorne, who represents Christchurch South. Ethan Gollett was his grandfather. Ralph Thorne has family from St. John. I think his daughter Tony Thorne used to live in St. John. The grave of Ivan Wilfred Weeks and Winifred Ursula Weeks. So this is where the colored people are laid to rest. The grave of Eustace C. Gill, husband of Marie Gill, and Bernard Leslie Barrow, who was related to Barbados' first Prime Minister, father of independence and national hero, the very excellent Errol Wharton Barrow. Bernard Leslie Barrow was related to Errol Barrow. The name Barrow originated from the root word Baroon, who are Jews. Errol Barrow was of Jewish descent. He had Jewish family. Errol Barrow was also the parliamentary representative for St. John. And he also formed the Barbados Labour Party, the Democratic Labour Party, which is the opposing party, in 1955. The grave of Charles Miller Austin of Marvin Plantation in St. John. He was the first black man to own a plantation in Barbados, born the 26th of May 1857 and died the 11th of August 1942. And his wife, Martha, also laid to rest in here. On the grave of Henry Noel St. John, who would have been the grandfather of Sir Howard Bernard St. John, who was the third Prime Minister of Barbados, succeeding Tom Adams. He served briefly until Errol Barrow rewon the government again in 1986. Last but by no means least, the grave of Trevor Delisle Davis, born the 6th of August 1931 and died the 14th of July 1973. Trevor Delisle Davis, for those of you who don't know, Travers Way, which is situated just on the outskirts of town, heading down to the port side, Bridgetown Port, was named after Trevor Davis. Trevor Delisle Davis lost his life in a motor accident while traveling along Boarded Hall in St. George at the Four Cross. He lost his life there. in 1973. This is the Tree of Life, Evergreen Conifer Oriental Tuja. This is the Tree of Life, guys. Tree of Life. So now leaving this hallowed place, this beautiful place. That's guys, St. John Parish Church again. Once again. Thanks for watching though. And do have a blessed evening.